So we got a Devin Haney fight coming up, man, in May against Jose Ramirez. Yeah, at 140 pounds. Um, Interesting matchup, man. I would say that this is going to be make it or break it for Devin Haney, in my opinion, because we know Devin Haney came off of a loss against Ryan Garcia, the loss that was rolled back, and he got knocked down 3 times in that fight. But he was beating Ryan up until he decided to start training, and he's not putting his hands up and all this other stuff. But the rematch is long overdue because Ryan Garcia, he popped dirty. He didn't go in there fair and square. I'm not really too concerned about the weight thing. I'm more leaning towards I don't like the whole idea of him going in there juiced up. So they are gonna have another chance at it. Supposedly later on in the year. It all depends on if Devin Haney beats Jose Ramirez, because with the same fight card we got Ryan Garcia versus Rolando Rolly Romero, and I will be doing a prediction coming up for that too. But this is the prediction for Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. All right, so let's get to it, man. The tail of the tape. We got Devin Haney, 31 wins, no losses, 15 wins by knockout. The people that don't like Devin would say he does have a loss on his record, but it was rolled back. And they pretend like it was rolled back for nothing. It was rolled back because Ryan Garcia popped dirty, man. Let's just face it. If Ryan Garcia went in there and beat Devin's ass without being dirty, the loss would have still been there. All right? So let's stop playing those games. You know what I'm saying? But as the record stands, Devin Haney is 31 wins, no losses. All right? And that's what it is. He has a 48% knockout ratio. So Devin Haney's not really a big puncher. That's not to say that these dudes don't have power, because they have some kind of power, because they have knockouts. So they have some kind of power, but he's not known to be a big puncher, mainly because of his style. And a lot of people also say it's also because of the way he positions himself when he lands his punches. His feet are not in the right position. There's a lot of boxing experts. Check out my boy Boxing James, man. Y'all make sure you go sub to my man James. And a lot of other channels been saying the same thing about Devin. And I've noticed some things too when it comes to his punch placement. I mean, his punch, the way he delivers his punches is a little off. But nonetheless, he's not a big puncher, man. He's just not. All right. He is 26 years old, 5'9" with a 71-inch arm reach. Devin Haney's he's a skillful fighter, man. His jab is one of the best jabs in boxing. He was beating Ryan Garcia with the jab alone. All right. He has a piston-like jab that will give anybody problems, man. Pretty decent footwork. He got good stamina. All right. And people don't like his chin. People say he's chinny. I don't see it as chinny. If he was so chinny, he would never. The minute Ryan touched that chin, he would have got dropped and knocked out. Okay, and as strong as a puncher as Ryan Garcia is, even on pads, he wasn't able to knock Devin Haney out. So I think we could pretty much put that myth to bed about Devin Haney not having a chin, because I don't believe that the case. I believe he does have a chin. All right, he's a gritty fighter too. He has heart. That's one thing you would say about Devin Haney. He will fight you. He got heart. I give it to him. And that's why he's still one of my favorite fighters, man. Shout out to Dev. Shout out to Bill, man. Fuck all these other motherfuckers. But anyway, his style is, he likes to punch and get out. He can land 2 or 3 and get out. That's just him. He's a pretty decent body puncher too. A lot of people don't really talk about that with Devin Haney. Pretty decent body puncher as well. And let's get into Jose Ramirez now. Let's get into him. So Jose Ramirez, he's at 29 wins, 2 losses. Okay, 18 big wins by knockout. He has a 62% knockout ratio. So Jose Ramirez has pretty decent power. All right, not the biggest of punchers, but he's a pretty good puncher. 32 years old, 5'10", with a 72-inch arm reach. Okay, so he has the age, obviously, over Devin Haney. He has the slight arm reach advantage, and he has the slight height advantage over Devin Haney as well. Jose Ramirez is a educated pressure fighter, I like to call him. Likes to come forward, bang it out with you. Defense is moderate to decent. Not much head movement with him. Not really much footwork. He is what it is. He's coming to do what he got to do. That Mexican background, you know what he's bringing. He's coming, and he's not coming with sloppiness. He's coming with educated pressure. And is this a test for Devin Haney? I'll be honest with you. This is to me, this is a tune-up fight for Dev, and he needs that. That's maybe like a confidence builder. We don't know how that fight with Ryan Garcia did it doing to him mentally. So this is a good test for him. But as far as tune-up wise, but I don't think he did that this is really going to be much of a big problem for him. It shouldn't. And that's why this is a make it or break it. Because if Jose Ramirez was to stun, rock, wobble Devin Haney all around the ring, beat him up, knock him down, I think pretty much, man, we might be witnessing the end of a Devin Haney, man. He shouldn't come close to touching Devin Haney in this fight. His last fight was I believe it was November of last year. So he fought Arnold Barboza last, and it went to a unanimous decision. And some interesting notes about knockouts between these two. Last time Devin Haney had a knockout was in 2019, and that was against Antonio Moran. So Devin hasn't had a knockout in 6 years? Almost 6 years. And the last knockout by Jose Ramirez came at, it was 2023. He knocked out Richard Coleman in the 11th round with a body shot. Okay, so pretty much with the knockouts, Jose Ramirez is more fresher, but he hasn't had a knockout in 2 years. Okay, so both of them haven't been really sleeping people lately. But Jose Ramirez, last year he's had 2 fights. Okay, so he had 2 fights last year. First fight was around the same time Ryan and Garcia and Haney's fight, April, and then he had the fight in November 2024 against Barboza. Okay, pretty decent, scrappy fight, technical. So how does this fight go, man? Pretty much, I think we should get the same Devin that we used to seeing. A big jabber, move around the ring, touch you up, bust you up for the whole 12 rounds. I think that's what we gonna get. If we don't get that, if we get a different Devin Haney, scared to let his hands go, wants to still, or we get the Devin, he still want to slug it out, he loses, bro. He's not gonna win a slugfest with Jose Ramirez. I don't think Devin Haney's built for exchanges like that. That's not his thing. His thing is to keep you mid-range, or keep it outbox you, jab your head off, bust your face up with the jab, tap you to the body, and do what he do, man. That's Devin Haney's specialty. And I think for this fight, Ramirez is tailor-made for Devin. He's going to come forward. You know that, because he's not going to be afraid of Devin's power, and that's going to kind of play into Devin's hands. All Devin's going to have to do is just step back and just jab him up, man. Tear his body up, jab him up, bust him up in his face, keep jabbing him, hitting him with 2 threes, hooks. This should be a pretty easy fight. Excuse the noise. This should be a pretty easy fight for Devin Haney, man, in my opinion. Much younger. Devin is much fresher. So I think this should be an easy fight for Dev, man. I got Devin Haney winning this fight against Jose Ramirez by decision. Unanimous decision. And at the same time, this also depends on the Devin Haney that we get, man. Hopefully the Ryan Garcia fight didn't do a lot of psychological damage to Devin. Gotta think about it for a minute, man. Devin Haney, this kid was on top. He was riding high. No losses. He was doing this thing, and then he goes in there and get whooped by a drug cheat, and then he gets knocked down for the first time in his career against a drug cheat, bro. that he probably figured, damn, man, I could have whooped him just by boxing him. Why did I decide to let him get in my head during this, this entire lead up to the fight, He probably kicking himself in the ass for that, because Devin could have easily beat Ryan Garcia, for sure. But I think Devin's pretty headstrong. I think we're gonna get back to the old Devin, and we're gonna see a boxing clinic put on against Jose Ramirez. So Devin Haney, my prediction for the 12th round unanimous decision. This is Rebel Life Boxing. Let me know what you think. I'll catch y'all in the next one. And I'm off this.